What is going on, people? Welcome to today's video. I just got home from work. I just realized I have pretty much no food in my pantry right now. It's pretty bare in here, and the things that are in there probably aren't even good anymore. So I thought, what better way to welcome you to Road to Ripped episode number 12. I believe we're on day like 50 something.
Monday, March 24th, 2025 was 51 days ago.
51 days ago on Road to Ripped 2025. Welcome to today's episode. And we're starting out with none other than one of my favorite things to do, and that is grocery shopping. So I am gonna try and go to two grocery stores, my Publix and my Trader Joe's in this video. But I don't know if I'm gonna do them both right now. So we're starting out with the closest one, which happens to be Publix, blocked by those trees. And let's get in and get the bulk of my stuff. I'm also gonna switch things up and start in the produce section. And I'm gonna grab some avocados because they look good and they're normally not ripe. I also like these little pre-portioned out guac cups, 90 calories a serving. A nice little air fryer carb source, these little nibble potatoes, super small, easy to get crispy. And to go along with it, some sweet potatoes, typically my favorite carb source. I feel like I'm not getting enough fruit in, so we're gonna get some blueberries, some raspberries, and some strawberries. Also, one of my favorite fruits, the banana. To wrap up fruits, I'm gonna get some apples. Cosmic Crisp has been the go-to recently, and they look like they're in season as well. All right, I said last fruit, but I cannot turn down fresh watermelon, so I'm grabbing this too. While I'm over here, gonna get some Simply Ranch, 50 calories per serving, and we'll see if we use it or not, but I'll get some romaine lettuce and some shredded lettuce, can't go wrong with that. For some fresh veggies, I do really enjoy just the florets of broccoli. This blend is nice too, but I think I'm just gonna get the broccoli slaw as well. And lastly, some green beans. Out of the produce, I'm gonna pick up some monsters for the next week. Now, as much as I love whole milk, 150 per serving compared to 130 for 2% and 90. I think I'm gonna go whole milk still for a little longer. I haven't had bread in the fridge for a while, so I figured I'd get a loaf. And when I do, I normally get this Sara Lee Delightful, because it's only 45 calories per slice. And when it comes to chips and things, I normally only get 2, and that is lesser evil stuff. So I get the Himalayan sweet and the salt. The gold is really good too, if you can find that. Now I have mixed veg frozen, so I don't really need a lot of stuff. The only thing I'm gonna get is some of these Path of Life things that I like so much. Also in the frozen section, I don't eat them that often anymore, but the Just Bare nuggets, they have the roasted and the breaded, so I'll get both. Also gonna grab some Oikos 000. Gonna grab a nice 12 pack of eggs. I do think these Belvitas are actually pretty filling for what you get, so I'm gonna grab some of these. Okay, something I've been really lacking on right now is my sauces. So I'm gonna grab quite a few things here. I know I want some Polynesian from Chick-fil-A. 140 calories, no I don't. Sweet Baby Ray's, sugar-free, grab that. The Hunt's Ketchup BOGO, so gonna grab that. Now I want like a good honey mustard sauce, and like, I know the Sweet Baby Ray's is good, but it's 130 calories per serving, so I'm not gonna get that. I guess I'm gonna try out this Kinder's. It's still 70 calories per serving, but not as bad. And then cannot forget about my G Hughes. I'm gonna go honey this time because I still have some sweet and spicy at home. And almost forgot another really good option, A1, 15 calories per tablespoon. Also, another great find to have all around is salsa. Gonna grab some of this less sodium turkey bacon. Also, very underrated high protein snack, string cheese. Gonna grab some of this, as well as some fat-free cheddar cheese and some meat sticks to go along with it. It's now that time in the cut where ground turkey is going to be much more prevalent, so probably grab 2 of these. And they do have 1 of the lean ground beef, so I definitely am going to get that. And grab these thin sliced chicken cutlets, really nice. And lastly, a good dessert, these little popsicles. Literally 30 calories per popsicle, 1 or 2, and you feel great. All right, people, we are back. Here is everything that we got just from Publix. $285. I feel like that's kind of a lot, but here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna see you tomorrow morning for a full day of eating with this stuff that we got, starting in 3, 2, 1. Good morning. Just kidding. It's still nighttime, but I did just get a package from Proz, and I'm gonna have some of the stuff tomorrow. So I want to talk about it today and kind of show you a full breakdown of what we got. So a lot of this stuff is just like re-ups on things that I've gotten before that I really liked. Stuff like this right here, the Zero Way. So this is a new flavor. I already went through the entire pack of chocolate. This is the vanilla, very low calorie. It's 80 calories for 20 grams of protein. Not to mention also has like a digestive aid in there, which they put in almost all their proteins, which I think really makes a big difference. Same thing goes for this. This is just a re-up of the same protein I've been using from them that has the little like cookie bits in it. Really solid choice. The Big Shot, I'll probably have this for pre-workout tomorrow. And then the last time I got a ton of different protein bars, right? And they were all really good. But these bars right here, they're zero, are really good tasting without a ton of crazy macros. This one has 150, this one has 160 calories, and they're both 14 grams of protein. So that is a really good protein bar for cutting. The size is still really good as well, so I'll probably have one of these tomorrow. This is not at all any protein related, but for a sweet treat little dessert, 100 calorie, it tastes, I would say 95% of a Kit Kat right here. They are delicious. This right here is new. I couldn't wait, so I tried one. This might be my new favorite item from there. I actually got 4 packages. I already brought one to work. These are incredible. They're like mini rice cakes with a chocolate drizzle, and they have protein in them. We'll talk about them more tomorrow because I'm gonna have some tomorrow, but if they have these on the site, go buy these right now before they sell out. They're incredible. Now this, I actually have had one of these. I had their like H2O burn, which is like a kind of fat burner liquid IV type thing. This one is their brain. I had one of these and the flavor was like really kind of off. So I'm gonna try another one and see if it was just maybe that one packet that I got, or whether I just don't really like the flavor of these brain ones that have like some cognitive boosters in there. The RIP pre-workout, just a re-up of the pre-workout that I've been using by them. This is new Amino Pump. It's a different type of pre-workout from them. It does have caffeine. It has a ton of pump products. Really solid there. Testoid is another new one I am trying from them. It's supposed to be like a testosterone support type powder. I'm taking it as pre-workout with this supplement as well, kind of like a test booster, test support. They have a really nice multivitamin that I picked up too. And I think there's like 120 servings in here. So this is like a 3-month supply, which I think is a really good deal. And then the last little product are these L-carnitine little shooters. I've been told that L-carnitine is really good for fat loss. And if you do it like right before you work out, it's supposed to really aid in that. So I'm excited to start trying these out as we get a little deeper into the cut. And that's pretty much it. I did actually get a new shaker bottle. I've been using the same like protein shaker for so long now. And then they had this really nice kind of army green style. It's actually a little bigger than I thought too. I'm kind of happy with that. And it has the built-in little shaker in there as well. So excited to try all this stuff out. As always, guys, if you have not checked out the website, just go check it out. The amount of items they have on Proz is absolutely unbelievable. And it's not just supplements, clothing, socks, they have everything, literally everything. And the more that they do in the US, the more they're gonna bring all the offerings they have overseas here. So I'm really excited for them to grow that out. And as always, the link is down below. And if you use code Suggs10, you're gonna save 10%, which really helps. And then you can also stack that with any promotions they have going on. If they have one specifically, I'll put it up in the screen. But definitely recommend at least just going on the website and seeing what all they have to offer, because it is a lot. But like I said, we're gonna talk about some more of this stuff tomorrow in the full day eating. So for real this time, good night. Good morning, people. Sipping on a Monster this morning, and it is time for work. It's a Friday, so I have a feeling it's gonna be a really good day. All right, people. The time 11:50. Here's what happened. Got to work, was being hella productive, and I forgot that I had a dentist appointment today. So had to run a dentist appointment. Got my teeth cleaned. Look pretty good, I think. But I'm also starving. I normally eat like at least a little before right now. So I did bring a little breakfast with me. I have a feeling this combo is going to be a new go-to for me. A beef stick and a cheese stick. The cheese stick has been sitting in the car for a little bit, so it's a little gross, but I can't imagine this is gonna be bad. And yeah, wow, that is, it's actually really, really good. High protein and tasty. I also brought a nice banana. I love bananas. Bananas might be my favorite fruit. And I feel like they're also really filling too. All right, I ate both of those really, really fast, but I was starving and that was pretty tasty. Meal came out to like 215 calories. I feel like that's pretty solid. And we do have 13 grams of protein, which I believe is none from the banana. So it's almost noon now. And I wasn't planning on getting out, but since I am getting out, I am very low on gas. So I figured, what's the best place to get gas? It happens to be a grocery store that happens to be one of my favorite things in the world, Costco. I figured I might as well stop in and see if they have anything new or good while I'm out and about. Can't think of anything that I really need right now, but always nice to come check it out. Well, I know I just bought these, but might as well buy another pack because I know I go through them. These are on sale and also a really good like late night snack. I just got a sample of this. Actually pretty solid, and 160 calories for 10 grams of protein. All right, it is, well, it's lunchtime for me, which happens to be around 2 p.m. today. I feel like we're doing pretty good. And we have a new clean eats meal. Definitely more calories in this one, but I think, what is it called? Cheeseburger casserole or something. It's just ground beef with pasta and pickles. And then I put a little mustard over top because I like mustard. A little bit of everything in there. That is pretty freaking good. The one thing I will say I don't like about this one specifically is it's really watery. Like every time I microwaved it, I had to like dab out all the water. I don't know if that's from it being ground beef or maybe it's from the pasta. But besides that and it being a little higher calories than normal, really, really good. And I honestly have not stopped being hungry since I woke up this morning. This meal does set us nicely up for the rest of the day. 772 calories. We now have 65 grams of protein, and I feel like everything else is pretty balanced. So, a nice continuation of a good start to the day. All right, we are approaching 4 o'clock, and I get to have something that I've been looking forward to all day. I am not kidding when I'm telling you, I absolutely love these things from Proz. There is 2 of these chocolate drizzle rice cakes in here. They're just good. Like for a higher volume kind of dessert, sweet snack in the middle of the day, this is gonna be hard to beat. I love the flavor, I love the consistency. The thickness is like nice. It's not too like airy, but it definitely still has that like puffiness of a rice cake. Also, I love how they're just like individually wrapped like this, so I can just have them at work. Another thing I like about them, they do have protein in them. I don't know where from because I don't taste any protein at all, but 1 pack is 100 calories and like 5 grams of protein. Really not too bad at all. There are some like protein bars that are 200 calories and 10 grams of protein. So pretty impressed with these. So I'm gonna finish up my day with having 2 of these, and then I'm also probably gonna have a little bit of sunflower seeds, my little sunflower seed mix I have going on here as I finish out the day, and that finishes out the work day at around 1,000 calories, which is pretty freaking nice, and 80 grams of protein, which is also pretty freaking nice. All right, people, we are back home and just changed into a nice little workout fit. But before I did that, I combined some of the Proz protein muesli, some of the protein granola, and let it soak in the whole milk that we got yesterday. And here is what we're working with. So for whatever reason, this has quickly become my new favorite breakfast or like pre-workout snack. The combination of like the fillingness plus the protein plus the fat and the carbs and everything else, it's really, really solid. Plus, when you let it sit for a few minutes like I did here, it gets so much softer and in my opinion, so much better. And before I work out, I actually just changed the top into a brand new oversized kind of thick cotton blend from TLF. And these are like their pump cover type tees. These are, of course, their mesh shorts. These are in the blue paisley. The reason why I'm showing you this outfit right now is one, because the shirt is new, super comfortable, great design, minimal branding up here. And 2, it's their Memorial Day sale right now, and it is one of their biggest sales they have all year. It's massive. The discounts are huge, and you can use my discount code, which is TLF-Suggs, on top of it. So I'm telling you, if you need some new clothes for summertime, whether it's for going out or for working out, TLF definitely has you covered. So the link down below is for that as well. And then as I finish up this meal right here before we get a lift in, calories and macros are currently sitting pretty nice, right under 1,300 for the day. This little meal was 700 or 270 calories. And the protein is still sitting nice at right over 100 grams. So we definitely have a little bit of room to work with and still some work to do. All right, I did not forget to show you this time. I normally have been forgetting, but we're gonna use Proz's Big Shot that we got. Like I said, I've had this stuff before, but without the caffeine. This one's got the caffeine, so I feel like it's gonna be pretty nice. I believe we use 2 scoops of this and we should be good to go. All right, a little warm up done. I'm sorry, I feel like every time I'm filming it ends up being chest day. I do work out other things, but today is once again chest day. So we're gonna start things off with a Smith machine press. I've been switching off between this and dumbbell for flat bench, and I do really enjoy both. I feel like both have a really good spot. Probably gonna do four like hard, good working sets. That should set us up really nicely for the start of chest day. Up next, we're gonna be working into one that I really don't enjoy, but it is a good exercise, dumbbell shoulder press, well, inclined shoulder chest press. The bench is right at 45 degrees. We're gonna do 3 good, hard working sets here. Same rep range as the last one, that like 8 to 10, I feel like is a really good in between for where we're at right now. And like I said, 3 sets of that should set us up very nicely for the next movement. All right, that was miserable. As you can tell, the top got popped as well. We're gonna switch things up just a little bit. So instead of doing like a pec fly, we're gonna do it at the same angle, so that 45-degree angle, kind of like an incline chest fly. Always nice to switch things up, try it out. So we're gonna do 3 working sets here, a little higher rep, that like 12 to maybe 15. And the chest is feeling very pumped, so possibly our last exercise here. All right, chest done. We have the sim running out here, but we are not done with the workout. We are going to work into triceps now. And for triceps, we're gonna do a dumbbell skull crusher, lying skull crusher. A really good exercise, honestly, and we're gonna do 3 good, hard working sets in that same kind of 8 to 10 rep range that we've been working in. A lot of control is necessary, so that's what we're gonna be working. So that is gonna be a big focus as well, and I think it should go very nicely. All right, triceps already feeling good. We're gonna wrap things up with the best exercise of all time, a rope tricep push down. I say rope, it's more of like a, yeah, I guess it is kind of a rope. A nice solid 12 to 15 reps here, going all the way to failure for 3 sets. And that should be a nice way to end our little chest and tricep workout out. All right, workout done. I also did a full 18 on the sim. So it's now literally 8 p.m. But let's get this physique update done and dusted. This is the physique, and we have a lot of ground to cover because it's been a long time since I filmed my last video. So let's just hop straight into it when it comes to the weight. And there's quite a bit to talk about. So the last video left off on May 7th, and we were 210.8. Really solid weight there, I thought, for that time. And it kind of was. And we actually continued to drop. That was a Wednesday, Thursday, 210.6. Friday, 210.5. Friday, I had the wedding for my buddy, and we went out and stayed out for a very long time. I also ate and drank a lot that day. So I thought I was gonna go up. It ended up going down 210 flat on Saturday morning. And Saturday and Sunday, I literally ate like crazy. I had to play golf for work and then ate a bunch of food. May 12th, as you can tell, we jumped up. I saw this 212 and kind of panicked a little bit. I knew I was gonna be holding a lot of water, and I knew they would hopefully come down pretty quickly, but it did freak me out. That said, I have been craving food nonstop. This past entire week, this past 5 days, for some reason, I've just been craving food. Now, as the week went on, we did slowly drop down to 12, to 10.9. And yesterday we were at 211.5, which is pretty decent. And then today, this morning, 210.3. So we're back down to that 210 range. Is that good? I wasn't really sure. So what I did was I went to ChatGPT, asked, hey, if I started this cut on March 24th and I'm ending around July 4th, and I want to be at a goal weight of around 198 pounds, I think is what I put in, and I started at 222. Where should I be around this time frame? And it said right around 209.8, I think. So I am now officially behind pace, behind track. Do I think I'm gonna get all the way down to below 200? I don't know. It's gonna be kind of tough, but I think that's the ultimate goal. So that's what I put in. And so now I feel like I'm behind pace and I want to catch up. Now, when we pop over to the calories and macros side of things, Wednesday you saw because it was a video. Now Thursday, didn't really track. I had a half day of work and then I had people staying with me. We went out to dinner, did a bunch of things, didn't track. Friday, wedding day, didn't track. Saturday, recovery day, didn't track. Sunday, also a recovery day, didn't track. Monday, finally tracked, and we're back on track. We were right around that 2,400 calories. Protein was really high at 260, maybe a little too high. In fact, my protein has been high all week. Tuesday, a little over 2,500 or 2,577. Protein, once again, very high, 244. Wednesday, we splurged a little bit. I got really hungry. I went to trivia on Wednesday. I got really hungry and ended up ordering this like Mexican place called Sierra Grill and got a burrito and tortilla chips and guac and all this stuff. Horrible idea. Never should have done it. But we were at 3,500 calories. Yesterday we did pretty good, 2,541. Protein once again super high at that 233, and now we're back to today. So the goal going forward, we got to moderate the splurge eating. It typically happens around this time in cuts for me personally, and I gotta find a way around it because it is going to absolutely kill me. Now, that being said, as far as the workouts go, I've been really good about my workouts this week and my cardio. So I think that has helped kind of hold those really high days at bay, and the rest have been around 2,500. I need to cut my calories. I need to be aiming for that like 24 to 2,200 calories a day now. If I'm gonna get to that under 200 goal, I'm gonna have to make some adjustments, and that is gonna be one of them. The cardio, I'm sticking to around the 15 minutes for right now, and as many times as possible, walking 30 minutes a day. And I'm praying that in 2 weeks of consistency, hopefully I can be as consistent as possible. We're gonna see some serious changes with these changes I'm making. That being said, I have not done any cardio today. We have been working out for 2 hours, but I still wanna get at least 10 minutes in. So I am gonna go ahead and do that before we get our protein in. All right, 2 hours, 20 minutes, 1,000 active calories. It is late, and I am gonna try the Diet Whey Vanilla Protein. The chocolate's really good, but I have not had the vanilla, and I would like to try it out for you. So let's go. I have this in milk milliliters, not in grams. And thoughts on vanilla? Yeah, it's good. I'm naturally more of a chocolate fan than a vanilla fan, but I thought it was gonna be a little weaker flavored than it is. So that's a pleasant surprise. All right, and with the protein in, that put us right at 1,500 calories pretty much, and right at about 150 grams of protein. So we are coming along very nicely, but it's late. I want to get some food in me like ASAP, so I'm gonna go shower quickly and let's get dinner started. All right, shower done, and I wanted to like make this big meal with like turkey and dice up the sweet potatoes, put them in the air fryer, do all this stuff. But it's so late now, I wanna make something super easy. And I do have something that I really wanna cook up. I made it last night too. Some of my guys went on a fishing tuna trip. Literally like they spent 15 hours on the boat and limited out on tuna. So I do have some very fresh ahi tuna that I really want to sear. So I am gonna make that instead. And to keep it really simple, I'm just gonna match it up with one of these Path of Life seasonings or whatever these are called. This just goes in the microwave for 5.5 minutes. And then this, like I said, is fresh tuna. And then I also put some coconut aminos in here to help it marinate, probably just about like a couple hours ago. So this is gonna get quickly seared in the pan. So I have my tuna in, and the key I think is about a minute per side. I still want the inside nice and rare, but a good sear on both sides as well. So we have our quinoa and kale, and I did about 3/4 of this bag in here. And then we can go ahead and put our tuna in there. I also found some like black sesame seeds. And just so you can tell kind of what I was going for, that is still rare in the middle, but has a really, really nice sear over top. And then I have this Japanese barbecue sauce. Haven't used it in a while, but it is really good. I'm just gonna drizzle a couple servings of this over top as well. I mean, that took literally 5 minutes or so, and we have an incredible dinner made for tonight. Sorry if that wasn't the most ingenuitive and interesting dinner ever, but seared tuna and quinoa and kale mix. Oh my, I mean, that tuna is unbelievable. Unbelievably good. They literally left the dock at, I think, 5:15. Got back at like 10:30. Not for me personally, but I will gladly take some of the leftovers. Yeah, that is delicious. And with that sauce too, so good. This right here, literally ideal scenes. We are under 2,100 calories, or like right at 2,100 calories realistically. And we do have 224 grams of protein. I don't know why my protein has been so high this week, but I'm not complaining all that much because the food I'm eating is really good. And speaking of really good, I don't know if anyone else is a super nerd like I am and grew up playing the Fallout games, but super fun. And the show, surprisingly, really good. So I think I'm gonna eat this on the couch, watch some Fallout, but we do still have a couple more calories to have tonight. All right, chilling, watching TV. I realized all I need is this tonight. I'm gonna have one of these little zero break duos from Proz. 100 calories, super simple, super easy. And it's a nice way, like I feel like I have to have something sweet after I eat. And this is that sweetness. It is very similar to like a Kit Kat, but I really like them. Chocolate's nice and sweet, doesn't have like an artificial sweetener or flavoring. The wafer tastes good, and it's just a nice way to end the night for me. So it bumped the calories up by 100, so 2,200 for the day, which is the new goal, I guess, for right now. And still way ahead on protein. So right where I want to be. I'm going to relax for the rest of the night, kick it this weekend, and catch you guys very shortly in the next one. Peace.
This the anthem. If you rockin' with it, put your hands up. Yeah.